So I'm finally making my first storytelling YouTube video. I posted some question on my Instagram stories to see what you guys wanted me to talk about. And a big one, which I guess I'll just get out of the way, it's about my adult career. So I got many questions about it, such as like, why did I do it? How was it? Why did I leave? I just had moved back to LA. I just left a relationship. We just broke up. I wasn't talking to anybody, like any of my friends that I was talking to before I had moved out from LA. So when I came back from LA, I left my relationship, and then I thought, okay, I need a job. I didn't want to work in Koreatown because at the time I was working in Koreatown for like 2 years as a domi. I don't know if I'm even saying it right. That's like Korean for, I don't know. I was a hostess. Anyways, I'm sick of that because I was like at the ceiling of that job. There was no growth, there was nothing. So then I went online and I was looking for jobs. At the time, I was 23. I was looking for just more on the adult side. I get a call back within like 15 minutes of applying to just like a number of jobs. And it was my soon to be agent. And he was telling me about the job, and I was like, whoa. So I said I did not know this was full-blown prawn, whatever. And he was like, yes, this is full-blown, da-da-da-da-da. But I didn't shy away from it because then in that moment I thought, I have nothing to lose, da-da-da-da-da, why not? So he was like, I'm not gonna let you make a decision right now. I'm gonna give you 2 weeks to think about it. So after the phone call, one of the first things I did was go I looked up, because I watched it at the time, but I wasn't fans of anyone. I wasn't fans of anyone in particular. Like, I didn't know actual names of any porn stars. I did some research. I went on Instagram and looked up to see how happy they looked in their lives and how they're all doing. Everyone that I was looking up looked, everything seemed to be fine, just fine. I stopped talking to a bunch of, basically all my friends. But I still was talking to one friend that I had at the time, and I was asking her what she thought about it. She was like, I'm not going to tell you yes, I'm not going to tell you no, but I know if you do it, you would be great. Came to my decision. I told Chris I did want to do it. I did want to go ahead and take the job. He put me up on his site, and within 5 minutes, he called me back and said that I already had a job. I was booked with the same company for the next 2 days. When I showed up to set, I was super nervous, but then when I worked, it just came very naturally to me. And I thought I would be nervous because like people watching me and cameras and all of this, but it didn't do that for me. It's like I didn't realize how much I didn't care about it until that very moment. I became so confident when I had that job because of that job. Like, I was so liberated. I was so free in that sense. I was learning so much about myself. I felt sexy. I felt everything. I felt like, I don't know. It was honestly such a great time in my life. It was bittersweet because inside of my little adult world bubble, it was amazing. Outside of it, it was horrendous. People would say the worst things to me, especially online. Like, I ignored it, but here and there it kind of got to me, but yeah, for the most part, I ignored it. And then just things happened over time that could only happen experiencing it. It's nothing I could have predicted. I learned how different my life was and my version of normal was compared to everybody else's. It did really set me apart from other people and getting to know anybody. girls judged me, guys judged me, just off the bat, meeting me, knowing me, just like they judged me already. I had no chance. After a while, it got to me because I had no relationships, like no friendships, nothing. Like like I had new ones, and then they weren't so deep, like they were just very shallow friendships. Intimacy and sex. For when you take something that you're supposed to, that is meant for reproducing and love and expressing intimacy, and you make that a transactional situation, and it purely becomes transactional, and doing that really messes with your personal life. Like I had no sex life outside of work, nothing, because I was just so used to the transactional nature of it, like doing something, getting paid. I can say that I don't even know 90% of the people that I worked with, because I went in there just like, this is a job, like I'm not here to make friends, it's just a job. I can't tell you how many times people have approached me saying it was so fun working with you, and I'm like, yeah, you too, and I don't even know who I'm talking to. My agent ends up suggesting that I have some kind of personal life by going on Tinder and meeting other guys, and like, just like doing something outside of work, because work became my life. So I tried that. It was a mess. I tried like 2 Tinder dates, hated it. It was like so weird. And again, guys treated me just as I was used to at that point. And at that point, I thought like I should never expect to be in a relationship again. Like it's never gonna happen. And also because of the transactional nature of my job and me working so much and everything, I ended up being confused with my sexuality to the point where I thought I was asexual. I thought I was attracted to men, women, nothing. Like I was not attracted to anyone. I really believed I was asexual. Cut to towards the end of my career here. I had to start convincing myself every morning before work, like 30 reasons why I had to go to work that day. I was feeling like empty inside. At the time, I was friends with this guy. He was getting pretty jealous with my job. It was really weird. Long story short, things ended very bad with him. Like, I ended up coming home to him being there, beating me up, amongst other things, fracturing my leg. He ended up going to jail and then prison, and now he's out. I do have a restraining order against him. I couldn't work for 4 months after that. And then when I was able to go back to work, I couldn't do it. Like, I was so hating it. Like, I remember I was dreading going back. I like, the time that I wasn't working, I felt like alive again. And so when I went back to work, I wasn't happy. And then super shortly after, like, going back to work, just as I was not even like expecting it, I ended up meeting someone. And I remember the night I met him, I just like fell for him so hard. I think everything ends for a reason whenever it does. But then after I left, my life took a very nasty turn. Next time I will talk about it with you, or I will just save that for a different video. It was fun doing this, and yeah, till next time.